magnetos. We get to discuss a little bit of magnetos, and here at the Orange Spectacular we have seminars that talk a little bit about magnetos and some of the big questions people have about them. And here we see one that's got nice holes cut in it so we can see the magneto and all of its internal parts. And while it's turning, and I'm not sure if you can see any of the sparks in the video here, but if we open this up, you can see sparks up here and changing the distance that it's got to jump. You can see the points moving, this is our demo mag. We didn't cut open a really good one. It had been in a fire, but it works great for demonstration purposes, so we can see what things work on the inside, see just how things work. And if we want to look at some other parts, I'm not sure how many things we want to look at, but I can take out one of these bad pieces. There is a little graphite contact that's supposed to have a spring behind it. You might find one like this that doesn't have a spring. It should be nicely moving like this, because that has to push up against a pancake rotor, and the middle one is going to push in the center. That's bringing the high tension down to the plate that decides which spark plug is going to get the spark. And this one, you can see one of these nasty old tar wrapped coils. Those most times are probably needing replacement. I'm not sure if we can see points opening and closing, but that is when the spark is going to happen, is when the points open. As soon as the points open, that's when the spark happens, and then this has to be pointed at one of the leads in the cap to get the spark to the proper spark plug. The same thing on a FMJ, which is a more common mag. This one again has the old-fashioned coil. This lead should be maybe a little closer to the end, because if a spark has no place to go, it should be able to jump to the housing. If you've got a spark plug that is a wire that's fallen off and the spark has nowhere to go, the coil either has to eat that spark, and very hard on the coil, because it's going to probably jump through the insulation into the housing, ruining the coil over time. One spark won't do it, but anyway, this one should have a distance where it can jump to if it's in good shape, and it won't hurt the coil. And condenser, this piece, just a big capacitor to keep the points from burning up and to supply current for the next cycle.
Will you show the timing gear?
I can.
It has that
Yes.
for the notch.
There's a beveled tooth on and you have that one straight up when you're wanting to put the cap back on. There is a and a C marking. In this case, it's a clockwise magneto. If it were an anti-clockwise, you would put the A next to the marked tooth. In this case, it's the C. You have to mesh that groove in the C with the tooth that's marked, and then you'll see where the pointer is pointing, and it should be right at the lug for number 1.